How's it going, everyone? Arashi here, back again with another upload, and this time I'm going to make a different video. Not really talking about news. I want to talk about a theory or a plan of Balin Skoll, maybe. We'll see. We'll try to dissect where his character's going to go. If you remember, at the end of Ahsoka, the Balin was standing on top of those statues, and everybody was theorizing that he was being led by the sun, in which he kind of was, because we did see the sun's bat form was flying around on Peridia, and so it wasn't necessarily a bad theory. It's just that I think that we were a little bit not I wouldn't even say confused. I mean, it's kind of like the Dave Filoni kind of threw in a curveball at us, and kind of like how we did before with a couple other shows, that maybe it's not what we think at all. Maybe he wants to bring balance to the Force. And one of the reasons why this theory is starting to pop up and really gain some steam recently is because at the end of the episode of Ahsoka, that we all saw the sun statue standing next to him. So we're like, oh, okay, he's been seeing the sun, maybe he wants to emulate and follow the sun. But in reality, if you look at the statue, he was actually standing on a statue of the Father. And maybe that is him trying to signify what he really wants, and that's true balance in the Force. And judging based off of what his actions have been and where he's gone recently, is that if you look at him, it kind of sounds like he really wants balance in the Force. I don't think he wants one side to rule over at all times. What it seems like he wants is a galaxy full of just Force users. That's it, just Force users, no Sith, no Jedi, just the Force. And it's similar to someone like Thanos, a character from the MCU, who just wanted to just bring balance to the galaxy and, take out everybody who he thought was bad. I mean, and can you really blame Balin for this kind of plan, though? I mean, if you think about it, this guy has lived through the Clone Wars, and after that he saw the rise of the Empire and that whole fight, and then after that, coming up in the future is the First Order and the rest of them. And so it's just a never-ending cycle of just darkness and the light fighting each other at all times. So maybe during his time, he wants to go to Peridia in order to find and seek true balance. But what it seems to be is he's seeking out this power to find true balance, and then maybe even wipe out everybody who's already out there in the galaxy, and maybe create his own little sect of just Force users who are just, loyal to the Force itself. I wouldn't say similar to Qui-Gon Jinn. I'd more honestly compare him to someone like Thanos, or to maybe even a little bit of Count Dooku-esque. Now, one thing I believe that is happening is I do believe that Balin is being manipulated a little bit by someone like the Sun, or maybe even Abeloth, and who I think would be awesome to add in the Star Wars lore, and would honestly be something that Dave Filoni would do. And if you don't know who Abeloth is, she was a character in Star Wars who just wanted to she was just a Force entity that just wanted to just bring outright chaos to the galaxy. Now she is part of the Legends universe, I guess you could say, or to me and myself, I call it canon still, but I don't know. That's a whole other argument for another video. But anyway, that's what she is. She wanted to bring chaos to the galaxy. Reason one why it could be Abeloth or the Sun are my only two guesses, is because we have here Anakin, who is already the embodiment of the Father. I think that he took that on back during the Clone Wars and is now acting as true balance in the Force itself, but trying to sustain between the daughter and the son. And my second reasoning for it not being Abeloth is because she still isn't established in Star Wars lore right now. I mean, technically in a Disney Star Wars lore, but, she could be on her way in. That's just a theory right now, that she could be on her way in. And obviously it can't be the daughter, because the daughter was Force transfer essenced, or used essence transfer to be put back into Ahsoka when she died. And so she was revived using the daughter's spirit. So she's essentially tied to the daughter for this point going on. And that's why her versus Balin was brought up so big, is because the theory is that he's the son and then that she's the daughter, essentially. And they were always at conflict with each other. So that leads us back to one guy, and that is the Sun. And that's who everybody thinks it is. That's who I personally think it is, that's trying to manipulate Balin. And I don't think that, obviously the Sun has really no true good intentions. He is embodiment of the dark side of the Force, so he wants destruction. So I think what's happening to Balin right now is that he hears the Sun talking to him and promising balance in the Force, when he actually can't really bring it, and he's just going to bring nothing but darkness upon the galaxy. And similarly to Anakin Skywalker, maybe the Sun felt that there was some form of darkness within Balin, and they were walking down a similar path at some point. As we all know, the Sun felt Anakin's dark side power and showed him now who he would become, and that was Darth Vader, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe the Sun feels something within Balin too. Maybe he feels as though Balin actually is a little bit more attuned to the dark side now, since he's been walking down. And also maybe now he can sense his power and be like, oh, this guy is easily manipulable, or not manipulable. Well, I don't know how to say that. Can be easily manipulated. That's a better word for it. But maybe the son can feel that this guy can be easily manipulated now, and is just gonna, you know, try to get him to exact that plan of eradicating everyone and maybe every other force user, and then maybe bringing them false promises of a perfectly balanced galaxy and a perfectly balanced world within the force. Well, anyway, that's all I got for today's video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below about what you think Baylan Skoll's future plan is and what the future of his character is. Also, RIP Ray Stevenson. It's going to be tough to go on without you already. But anyway, as always, may the force be with you and have a great rest of your day.